This special broadcast of AEAC is made possible by Crossman Corporation, Boomerex USA, Air Venturi, Hatsan USA, Daystate, Optisan Optics, Diana Airguns, Predator Pellets, Air Arms, and Virox Sport. And you guys know the best way to thank them. Okay folks, we're here with Optisan USA, and I'm going to introduce everybody, but before we get to that, I have a little story to share with you guys that you're unaware of. So I've been looking for scope partners to kind of get in the trenches with me and share products that will be meaningful to you guys. And when I was in EWA, Germany last year, Matt Dubber of Air Arms Hunting South Africa, he grabbed my arm and he pulled me aside and he said, "Hey Steve, Ted and I are liking what we're seeing in this Optisan brand. You ought to head over there and check them out and talk to them." Well, I did exactly that. I loved what I saw, fell in love with this brand, fell in love with this family, and I wanted to introduce them to you guys. And we're going to get into a little bit about what they do differently with their guns. With their scopes, excuse me, and we're going to get into who their partners are in the United States so that you guys feel like you can get the support, the service, and have access to the goods. But this is a family-owned and operated scope company, and I'm going to start from this side to this side. This is Phillip, okay? This is Paul.
Hi.
And this is Lilly.
Hello.
All right? And this is father, son, and daughter. All right? Now,
Yeah.
I personally, I feel like it's a respect thing, because I know that your Taiwanese names are not Phillip and Paul. Yours might be
Yes,
Lil.
exactly, Lilly.
Yeah, so Lilly turns into Lilly.
Yeah.
But what is yours, Paul? Or Phillip, excuse me.
Mine is Xin Han.
Xin Hai?
Xin Han.
Xin Han.
Han.
Hai?
Xin Han.
Xin Han.
Xin Han.
Xin Han. Okay,
Yeah.
so Xin Han and Paul.
And Bing Sen.
Bing Sen.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly.
Good. And
Lilly.
Lilly.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the gang. I think I'm going to start probably with you, Paul.
Okay.
And because I guess maybe take them through, this isn't your first rodeo. You've been making scopes for a long time.
Yeah.
I know out of respect, these guys, they probably do work for some other OEM work for some other scope manufacturers, and they're probably not going to share with you who that is, but maybe just shed a little bit of light on, who is Optisan? Where did you come from? How long have you been doing it? Can you talk to that a little bit?
Okay. Well, Optisan was actually established in 1998, and this is a year that I cherish very much, that we like to offer nice product, good service to the industry. So I started a show in September 1998 in Photokina. That was the first exposure to the market, and it was so rewarding, and I found it's good that I say bridge people to nature. That was a start.
So you've been here since 1998. You've been making scopes a long, long time, right?
Actually, before that, but 1998 is we established our house brand, Optisan.
Optisan. And how many countries are you? How many countries are you in?
It has been changing all the time, but since 1998, we have sold binocular mainly to 46 countries.
Okay. So this isn't your first rodeo. You've been at this for a while.
Yep.
Okay. Now you were sharing with me earlier, this is a family business. You take this very seriously. And you and I have had discussions on core values
Right.
and what you feel is important in your relationship with people like me, your customers, and these guys back home.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk a little bit about your value system and your support network?
Well, I think in life it is important that you satisfy others' demand. So you try to understand what can really make other people happy. This is always. So when you see me, you will always see me smile to start with. And I found this is important. So when you are able to do a good service for others, satisfy others' demand, then you have your worth, your value there. And that's how I consider added value is the top to start with.
just being in your presence and spending time with you, I definitely get the feeling that you care very much for your customers.
Yes.
And that's most of what I was trying to convey to them. Now, Phillip,
Yes.
your role at Optisan is what? What's your baby? What do you look after?
Me, I generally based in Southeast Asia, and then what I do is that right now I need to do the quality check control, write the SOPs, and then ensure the quality of our product, either binoculars or scope, going well. So for rifle scope, it is very serious for us that I think what we do is that we want to make sure the quality is consistent. And consistency is very important for us, like the feeling and then the adjustment and everything. So we went through over 150 steps of checks before we ship each rifle scope. So what I do is that I make sure every people in the assembly line, in the inspection stage, we do it correctly and follow our standard procedure.
Okay, so you're kind, if I'm reading you right, you're kind of engineering quality control. That's your baby?
Yeah, right
Hey,
now it's quality control.
Lily's nodding. All right, so let's talk about Lily. You're a very busy girl. Every time I communicate with this woman on WhatsApp, she's on like a different country, and I halfway expecting her to be on a different planet at some time when I contact her. But
Yeah.
what is your role in the Optisan company?
My role begins with starting from the ground floor with my father, assembly and everything, learning from bottom up. Starting 3 years ago, my role started to shift to going into the market and listen to our customers more, and then shooting with our shooters that uses our scope, listening feedback, and then coming back to design up what's needed. So long time ago, when we were doing private label business, I already figured out when I'm in the field, I don't understand how come all the scopes are like mil MOA. How is this going to work? How difficult it is to do the conversion in the field. If I were shooting that, I don't want that. So 4 years ago, when we scratch all our optical system and redo that progress, we want to make everything that is intuitive. So all our design are even the reticle design. You don't have to see a piece of instruction paper to figure out what spacing you are doing. So that's a learning curve by listening to our shooters. And recently, through shooting recently, I also learned that I think we are basically, our ultimate goal is to provide our shooter a peace of mind, that we took care of everything to hand a good quality, a tight quality.
What Lily's saying isn't lip service, guys. This is legit. Like when I was in Iwa, this family spent a great deal of time communing with Ted of Ted's Holdover, Matt, Air Arms Hunting South Africa. You know, that they had a genuine interest in what we air gunners want to see in a scope, and those guys are very well respected and they're heroes in our community. And so, you know, I saw that firsthand, right? But so let's get through that. Phillip, do you want to grab maybe one of your products over here? And you know, there's some things that you guys do differently as a company. So maybe share with them back home what you're most proud of in your scope line. And maybe what you do differently that the other guys don't do. Can you talk to that a little bit?
Oh, did you want it?
Or whoever.
Okay.
What do you do differently and what are you most proud of?
Number one, we do our the parts, everything that made up of the scope, our tolerance is tighter. That makes it visible. That's as our customer picks up the scope, immediately they feel the tighter tolerance, delicacy, the rigid feeling of the scope. When you look through the scope, you see the clarity. That's number one. for me, if I want to enjoy my leisure time,
Yep.
I want to see like through.
Well, I'm going to pause you right
Okay,
there because
okay,
I know Philip's the nerd, like I'm the nerd, okay? And you can speak to the glass. You guys do some different things with your glass. The first thing, when you pick up one of these scopes and you look through it, guys, the first thing you notice is how incredibly clear the glass is. You notice that there's no halo distortion around the outside. And you notice that the parallax adjustment is dead on, you know, to when you get out the laser meter and you're adjusting for, you know, looking at the different yardage. So maybe you can speak to what do you guys do differently in here when it comes to glass?
Okay. I think a lot of people think that care about like where the lenses are made or something.
Right.
But I think
Because you're a Taiwanese-based company.
yes,
You are your homes in China or Taiwan?
Taiwan.
Your homes are in Taiwan. Your factory's in Taiwan, or sort of.
Yeah, okay. We manufacture critical parts
Okay.
that needs quality.
Sure.
Yeah, that we cannot source good enough or consistent enough quality in Taiwan.
Gotcha.
And then we took all the design and then we assemble in our China facility.
Okay.
Anything that is above $200 retail, we do it in-house. Anything less than that, we outsource and they come back to us and then do the full recheck
Got it.
before they.
That makes great sense. So again, they're being transparent in their business and in their approach to scope making, guys, and I feel like this says a lot about them. But sorry, Phillip, your glass. You do some different things with your glass. It's especially nice. Talk to us.
Yeah. So I think the most important thing is our design is start from scratch from the optical design. Actually, that's more important than all other. That part you cannot make it up with all the best lenses or other things afterward. It's like when you need to build a house, you need to lay the really good groundwork first.
Yep.
So
Sure.
Optical
It starts
design,
with the glass.
Yeah, it's the most important thing, and then we verify it, and then we
Index them.
We will depending on the application, we specify the coding we need to. We are not creating a fancy word like extra light transmission coding. That's not what we are looking for. We're looking for data on the application. If you do you want a low light condition, or do you want daytime under sunlight extra brightness? We look for, depending on the application, we will set the codings, and then we will hand over to the real end user, and then please tell us what you think.
Yep.
That's what we do. I think that's what makes us different.
Great. Let's wear this right out on our shoulder, okay? Amongst air gunners, we're sensitive to Japanese glass and Chinese glass. And in our world, there's a difference. But the thing that's particularly interesting to me is this is Chinese glass, but it looks like Japanese glass. What are you doing differently there? Is this like a trade secret? I mean, I'm just going to say it. The glass is freaking amazing. And that's what I'm trying to get them to maybe shed some light on. But it's hard to pull it out of you. Is this like a secret? You can't really speak to it?
I think a lot of people have a myth about whether this do we use a Hoya glass or do we use a shot glass?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's the whole optical system, the accumulated index and parameter that matters. So it's like you can give some. We both have $3,000 to spend.
Right.
But the way we spend it is that because we know, my father, being in the industry long enough, we know the limit of the glass.
Right.
And the coating that we are able to do. So we are able to put together a very clear combo without spending much.
Okay. So you figured out the magic recipe. I think that's what you're telling me.
Oh, yeah.
good.
Okay,
Good.
okay.
Magic
okay.
recipe.
Okay.
You figured out how to, it sounds like what you're telling me is you figured out how to get 9/10 of the way there, but still have the price be reasonable. And to give you an idea, guys, their good scopes are 350 to kind of 650. Is that appropriate window for Airgunner land?
599 top.
Yeah. So okay. So 350 to 600, 400, 6. That's the field they play in, and I just feel like you guys bring so much to that, and I was very excited to partner with you. And they've seen some reviews of your product, and these guys have sent a ton to the house, so you're going to see more. And before we go, just so you guys feel a little bit more warm and fuzzy, you've had a distributorship in the United States for how many years now? It's in La Crosse, Wisconsin, right?
Yes, 2 years ago we have a distributor.
Yep.
But since this year we started our own company.
Yep.
It's still 100% owned by our family.
Okay.
It's located in Wisconsin, Sparta, Wisconsin.
Sparta, okay, sure.
Yes, that's where we service our USA customers.
Yep. Okay. And you have a new retail partner.
Yes.
In the U.S. And I think I'm going to bring him in here. Q. Justin Jacobson, owner
where do you want me here? Hey, how are you?
Utah Airgun. So you just picked up the line.
I did.
Okay. Do you want to say a quick few words before we say, like, what are you most excited about the brand, the family? What are you seeing that's making you feel good?
Well, that it is a good family-run business. That part alone is exciting to me, and it's a nice change to have an optics company who you can talk to personally and say, this is how what I like about the product is what I don't like, and they go, okay, we'll change it.
Yeah.
But obviously already the product is great, and it kind of speaks for itself. I mean, you've done some videos and reviews on it, and the more we started using some of their optics, it was like, this is the real deal, and for the price point that it's at, in my opinion, the best optic that you can get for the money. I've really been really pleased with it.
So these guys are excited about it. I'm excited about it. You're going to see a lot more of it on AEAC. They've gotten behind us, the airgun community, with those guys I mentioned earlier, Matt and Ted, myself, Utah Airgun. So thank you. I mean, it means a lot to us that we get a good group to get behind us. So we've got some damn good product out there, but without good eyes, you know, it's never going to be any better than the experience, the product itself. So thank you.
Thank
everyone.
You.
Thank you.
And,
Yeah, we really welcome the industry to like us because we are good guys.
They are very good guys.
That's right, they're good guys.
They really are. And this one never sleeps. I don't know how many conversations we've had at 2 or 3 in the morning.
No. This year because we are very serious on our service. So the reason why Steve had to see me in different continents is because this year we also start our company European service and marketing center in Berlin, in Germany. So we are. This is our way of express that how serious we want to look after our customer correctly and locally.
Makes sense. You've got the muscle, you've got the energy, you got the core values, you got the drive, and you got good people that you surrounded yourself with, and we feel the same. So thank you for everything you do, guys. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Optisan USA, folks.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.